Good morning, Bubbies. Please forgive the sound of the rain around me. My contemplation today is a bit of a somber one, and it's one that pertains to the growing number of exclusionary movements around the world. Whether they're ethno-nationalist or right versus left movements, they're angry, they're divisive, and they point the blame to others. As I try to understand them and rationalize them, I can't help but be reminded of an epiphany that I had early in my career in corporate America. What I experienced is that we, as employees, were willing to forgive a company's structural and cultural problems as long as bonuses were getting paid, raises were in place, stock options were worth more and more every year. But the moment the cycle shifted, the moment the company was contracting or struggling to hit its targets, the moment that raises were smaller, bonuses were not getting paid, and stock options were worth less, that was the moment where the same group of us, the same group of people who just months earlier were happy and fine with the status quo, were suddenly disgruntled. Suddenly, we would lay blame, we would point fingers, and suddenly we would become divided. And I unfortunately think there are incredible parallels between that experience and what's happening today around the world. Economic inequity, which is continuing to grow, compounded by a tougher employment market over the last 12 to 24 months, is causing dissatisfaction and divisiveness. And instead of dealing with the structural reasons, which are hard to address, the structural reasons underlying these problems, it's so much easier to point across the aisle. It's so much easier to pick those who look different or behave differently than we do and lay the blame there. So what can we do as individuals? Well, one, we can stop participating in the rhetoric. We can be aware of what's happening and not allow ourselves to fall victim to these narratives. Second, we can focus our own conversations on these underlying structural reasons and not the superficial, hateful, divisive ones. Third and finally, we can each promote positive, inclusive messages instead of negative, exclusive ones. We may feel powerless as individuals, but if each of us can take on some of these habits on a regular basis, we'll slowly make a difference. We'll slowly make the world more inclusive, more positive, more accepting. Have a wonderful day. I just had to take a second and recognize how beautiful the rainbow and the clouds are now that the rain has stopped.